Welcome to week 4 of the Big Jam Quilt Along. We are nearly there. This is the final week. And this week it's all about sewing all of those rows together. So let's get cracking. As I've sewn each row individually, I've been ticking them off on my pattern as I've been going along. This helps to keep me organised because I can't sew a whole quilt top together in one go, and I doubt that very many people can, so I like to use the little tick boxes that are against each row to show where I've gotten up to. Before I started sewing the rows together, I wanted to make sure that I got my jam all organised and in the right order. So I just laid this out, wishing I did have a little bit more room on the little boat, but yeah, some people have got less space than I have, so I'm not complaining. So now I'm happy that my jam is all in order. Let's now talk about the all-important nesting of seams together. I've got my 2 rows here, and can you see we've got one row with the seams facing upwards and the other row with the seams facing downwards. And now we're going to sew these together. And it's important that when you sew these together that you keep one row facing upwards and one row facing downwards. And that'll alternate with each row. So let's get ready. I'm using 1/4 inch seam allowance. And can you see here? The top row seam is facing to the back of the sewing machine and the bottom row seam is facing to the front. And this is called nesting your seams. And in last week's video I showed you how to press those seams. And if you've not done this before, then it's going to be great practice for you. Because we've pressed everything beforehand, it's going to work so lovely together. And I'm just checking every time that those seams nest together. It's okay to stop and start and adjust your fabric if you need to. And then when you're sewing your next row together, these will be the opposite way round. And you do this for all your 21 rows. I'm nearly at the end now. I'll have this row finished. I'm just going to open these up and hopefully, look, we've got perfect points because we nested our seams. And you're just going to carry on doing that for each row. When the rows start to build up and you've got a few sewn together like I have here, I find that it's easier to have the majority of the rows sitting at the bottom and the next row that you're stitching onto it is sat on the top. So basically the feed dogs are doing all the hard work and carrying the weight of the quilt top. My other tip is to break the pattern down into sections. This one I've basically split into 3 parts. So you can see I've sewn the jam section together, then I've also sewn the lid section together and the bottom of the jam jar together as well. And then what I do is I then sew those 3 sections together. This is quite a big quilt, so it does really help with not having the quilt top being too weighty. Thank you so much for taking part in the Big Jam Quilt Along. Your support means everything to me, so I just want to say a big jamming thanks. If you've got any pictures that you've taken of your finished quilt, please send them to me and I can pull them all together and we can have a big jam pantry parade. Here's my finished version and it's a beautiful blueberry jam jar.